Hi there, Mrs. Williams here, and this is question 7.6.B-7. It says, Joe and Ellen are partners in a painting business. Because Joe is the office manager, she is to receive 1/4 more than Ellen when the profits are distributed. If their profit is $82,800, how much should each of them receive? So let's write down the two names. So we have Ellen and Joe, and since Ellen received less than Joe, or this part about 1/4 more, that applies to Joe. That's a little more complicated. Let's call Ellen's salary X. And then let's think about, okay, well, if Ellen's salary is X, what would Joe's be? Joe is to receive 1/4 more than Ellen. So if we think about writing it like this, 1/4 X, that's kind of a typical start. That wouldn't be quite right. So for example, let's say Ellen makes $100. 1/4 of 100 is $25. So that would mean that Joe's making $25. So that's not quite right. In that case, she would make $125. So what we need to do is this piece here, the $25, is a good start, but then we also want to add in that original amount that Ellen made. So that's kind of a good strategy. A lot of times if you have a percentage type problem, give yourself an example. $100 is a good, nice, easy example so you can kind of think through the pieces and figure out how to set up the word problem. So we know that these two amounts that Ellen and Joe make should add up to the $82,800. And so we can see that we have two X's. So I'll just go ahead and write 2 and another 1/4. So in other words, we're going to add all these terms together. They're all like terms, so we just need to add the coefficients in front. The 1 plus 1 is 2, and another 1/4 is 2 1/4 times X should equal the $82,800. So to solve this, we can divide by 2 1/4. We can, when we put this in the calculator, since 1/4 is a nice decimal that rounds off to 2.25, we won't get rounding error, so we can convert that to 2.25. The other thing you can do is convert this to a mixed fraction and multiply it by the reciprocal to move it over to the other side. So X would be $36,800. So let's read the question and make sure we answered it. We want to know how much each of them should receive. So that would be Ellen's, because Ellen was equal to X. We still need to find Joe's amount though. So another way to think of Joe's amount is 1.25, 1 1/4 times X. So if I take this 36,800 and I multiply it by 1.25, then that would be $46,000, and that would be what Joe makes. Okay, so there you go.